Hey, are you here? Hello everyone. Am I audible? Let me know in the comments. Hey ESP classes, can you please comment down if I am audible? Hello everyone, can you please comment down whether I am audible or not? Like I can see 5 of you watching. Please, any one of them can comment. Yeah, so hello everyone. So sorry for changing the URL, the live stream, because this is me trying first time, and it's been a tragic that I started it, but then I thought it did it's glitched, so I accidentally cancelled that live stream. So this is a new live stream. So if you have invited your friends, you can send this link. So in today's live stream, what we are going to see is like how we can start getting with Fusion 360. It's like basics of Fusion 360, how we can turn our ideas into a prototype. Okay, so prototype can be anything which you want to make for yourself or for some other companies. It's just a skill set that you add on your profile, right? So prototype can be like this. So as you know all, I make this fun projects on the internet and share them with all of you, right? So like this is one of the thing which I designed in Fusion 360, and similar kind of things you can design and share it on the internet, or you can have your own product or the MVP for your company, right? So that's what we are going to do. As you know all, I am Mukesh Zankla. I make these projects and share them on the internet, especially on the community platforms like Hackster, Instructables and more. And I have around like 30 plus projects which showcase all these things, like mainly the CAD part. So I am a computer science background student, but still like I can do basic CAD designing, as you can see, and even you can do the same with the Fusion 360. Okay, I am choosing Fusion 360 because it's from Autodesk first of all. Then it's not free, to be honest, but if you are a student or a hobbyist or a teacher, you can get it for free. So to start with, I'll go through how you can install it. So I'll search on browser saying Fusion 360 download. Okay, let me know in the comments whether I am audible or not, please. I'll wait for the comments. Are you able to? So yeah, so like I have searched how we can download Fusion 360. So you'll land up on this Autodesk page, and here you can just sign up using your account. Okay, so once you have signed up, uh, you can go to your profile, like here under the products and services. And here you can see what are all the products that your profile has access to. Okay, so these are all the tools that I have access to as a instructor, that is as a teacher. uh, these are like free versions that I was given by Autodesk. Okay, so if you are also a student or a teacher or a hobbyist, you can apply for the same and you can get. And if you want to use this for commercial purpose, which is like for any company, or if you are working in a company or like that, then you have to definitely purchase the license for the Fusion 360. Okay, so once you are on this page, you can just click on download and you are ready to go. Like you just have to install this on your Windows PC, and I think the Fusion 360 works only on Windows system. Okay, I don't think it works on Mac and also on Ubuntu or Linux systems. So once you are downloaded, you can just open the software and you'll be here on this page. So this is our workbench where we can design our things, and you have to log in with your same account which you have created. Okay, so this tool you can say is fully connected, which means whatever the designs that you are going to save in this software, they will be saved on the Autodesk cloud, so you can access them from anywhere. Okay, so like I have all these projects from many years, so these are all saved on the cloud, so you don't have to worry about a deletion of this project and such. Okay, so coming to our workbench, so this is the first page which you are going to see. I think you'll see this layout grid as well. So this is the layout grid. Okay, so here what we have is we have three planes, which is X, Y and Z plane. Okay, so to start designing any model or a product, first we need to have a 2D design. Okay, so we have to first design the two-dimensional figure of our product. It can be anything. Okay, so with two-dimensional, I mean like here I have a ESP32 board, like it's a hardware. uh, so these are the dimensions. Okay, so this is the two-dimensional figure or the dimensions of our product for which we want to design a CAD file. Okay, so likewise we have to first design two-dimensional shapes on our plane. Okay, so here we have many options. So we always like in this section in this tutorial, I'm only going to walk you through solid designs. Okay, but then we also have surface designs, mesh, sheet metal and all this, and they are used in other like with many other products and requirements. Okay, so here I think solid is good enough for someone who is making a MVP, but in some cases like in advanced levels they also use this sheet metal designs and like that. Okay, so for now we are only going to stick with solid panel of the Fusion 360. Okay, so here what I'll do as the first step is, here under the create section, if you see, we have here many options, right? So these are related to two-dimensional designing, and these are related to three-dimensional designing. Okay, so I will walk you through all these options one by one as we go through the design. Okay, so first what I'll do is, so here if I expand this, we have many options, right? So first, as I said, to begin we have to draw a two-dimensional drawing of some design. So here I'll create a sketch first. So this is going to create my two-dimensional sketch first. So once I click on this create sketch option, I have to choose the face on which I want to draw the two-dimensional sketch. Okay, so it can be XYZ. So I'll draw it on the uh, I think this is X or Y plane. So I'll draw on this so that I can have a clear view from the top. So here if you see, we have this cube, which if we rotate, we have this options, right? So I'll always prefer to go with top, and then from the center point, so center point of the grid. So from here if you go, everything will be like managed and we don't have to search for the cursor again and again. Okay, so I'll draw from the center. So if you see now, our panel has now two many options for the sketching, like it has line, rectangle, circle, and in rectangle we have like 2-point rectangles, 3-point rectangle, rectangle for from center, and then circles, then arcs, polygons, and many things, right? So I'll draw one by one. Okay, so first I'll show how we can draw a line. Line is like simple, we need to choose a start point and the end point, and still like it is going to continue. So I'll just draw this shape. So once I close the loop, it is like line has existed. Okay, so I can like still continue drawing the line, but if I right click on my mouse, it will stop drawing. Okay, I can say okay, and now our like 2D sketch is ready from line. Like similarly, I can say 2-point rectangle, and from here I can go like this. Okay, so this is like 2-point rectangle. Like then also we have other shapes. Okay, so let me undo this. Like most of the times I use center rectangle because like it provides me symmetric on all the sides. So I prefer center rectangle. Like as I am going from center, I'll always prefer center rectangle. And then also like I can have a circle. So like circle is also same. Okay, so now if I go to the rectangle once again, I click on center, and here if you see, I have the width and the height of the rectangle. I have to provide the length and the breadth of the rectangle. Okay, so here I can type anything, and this dimension should be in mm. So like 120 mm is like 12 centimeters, and then this is like 10 centimeters, which is 100 mm. Okay, so I can just enter, and this is my rectangle which I have drawn. Okay, and if you draw some random rectangle like this, and if you want to know what is the dimension of this, so you can always right click on this and say sketch dimension, and you'll get the dimension of this sketch. And also if you want to change this, you can go and type here, and it changes. Okay, so these are like basic shapes that we can draw. So now what I'll do is I'll from a basic shape I'll create a 3D shape. Okay, so let me take uh, I'll show some other options as well. Let's take polygon. So here in polygon also we have different options. Like I think we have 3 options, and we can like say the dimension of this layer. Let's take let it be 40 mm, and this is my polygon now. And if I want to know what's the dimension of each side, and this is the dimension of each side of the polygon. So okay, so now once we are ready with the drawing, we can click on finish, and we can have this options, or we can also have this push or pull option. Like this is the basic like option from which we can convert our two-dimensional drawing into 3D. So I have clicked on this option, and then I'll select the drawing which I have created, the face of the drawing. So this is the face, but if you see from the side, it has a arrow. From the top it doesn't appear, right? So I'll switch to the front view, and then I'll drag it. So I'll drag it to 50 mm, okay, and I'll click OK. And now if you see, our two-dimensional drawing is now converted into 3D. Okay, so uh, this is how you can convert your two-dimensional drawing into 3D. Okay, so now what I will do is, so I'll walk you through all these options which are available on this panel. So first we have, as I said, create sketch. So create sketch, I'll create one more sketch again. Let me take a circle as well as a 2-point rectangle over here. Okay, so and I'll click on finish, and I'll go through this, and I'll pull it to 5 mm, let's take. And for the circle, now if you see, like I have created a sketch here. This is my timeline actually. So here all the process that you have done will be on this timeline. So if I play this timeline, you can see I have first drawn the two-dimensional drawing, and then converted this into a plane. And once like I create this two-dimensional sketch into 3D, it disappears. But here we have this sketch track. So here we'll have all the sketches that we'll draw on this project. So I'll make it visible so that I can see what was my drawing, and I can rework on that again. So I'll pull this to, I would say, 4 centimeters, okay, 40 mm, and I'll hide this. So now we have two basic shapes, like one is a you can say rectangular or a square plane, and another one is a cylinder now. Okay, from circle we have converted it to the cylinder. And now if you see here, we have other options as well. Like we have seen create sketch, then extrude and pull and press is the same. Like extrude and pull press is same, like it converts same the two-dimensional drawing into 3D or existing 3D model to some other dimension. Okay, and we also have this option which is revolve. So revolve is something like I'll select this, but then I'll enable my sketch, and for the bodies we have two bodies here. One is this plane and another one is this cylinder. So I'll hide both of them, and since I have already selected revolve, I have to select the two-dimensional sketch. So if I select this, and I also have to select the axis on which it has to revolve. Okay, so I'll select the axis as this one. Okay, so now as you can see, revolve is something like if we have a face two-dimensional sketch, if it is a looped shape, then we can use this revolve option to make it symmetric and looped 3D model. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, so and here I can also modify how much revolve it should be. Like this is 360 degrees as of now, but if I want half shape, I can do it. Like you can see, I can grab this option, or here I can type like I only want to have 90 or 180 or something like 130. So it's going to revolve that two-dimensional shape into 3D for that degree of angle. Okay, so like as you can see, like from a rectangle or this, we have created a ring of that dimension. And then we have the sweep option, so it's like creating a pipe on our track. So it can be a free drawing as well. Like I'll create a one more drawing on this face. So here we also have this free point as well, like okay. So I'll create this shape and I'll say okay and finish. So this is the line which I have drawn, and if you want to see the sweep, I have selected that option and I'll just select this line. So yeah, it's like creating a pipe, but I don't know, like for now I think I have to revise what was it. So like moving to next option, we have box, cylinder, spare, coil and pipe straightforward. So we can directly create a box or cylinder without creating the two-dimensional sketch of our design. Okay, so here we also have one important option, which is holes. So this is the hole option. So let's take, if we want to have a hole on our surface or the plane, I can just select hole option, and then on which face if I want to have, I can select that face. So if you see here, I wanted to have a hole, so here we can have a hole, and here I can select how much should be the dimension of it. Let's take 20 mm, and what type of hole it should be, that I can select here. Okay, so as you can see this thing, once I click OK, so this is the hole that I have created from the hole option. And then we can also have threads in our hole. So let me draw the hole again, and I'll click OK. And here we, after hole, we have a thread option. So threading is like for screws and all this. So once I click on thread, I should have a close circle loop. Okay, so I'll select this face. So as you can see, our thread is ready, but this is just for the visual purpose as of now. But if you click on model, here you have to click on model, so that those threads are embedded on our designs. So if you see, these are for visual purpose, and if I click on model, it is like proper threading on our design. And here you can also select all the other thread options, like standards of the threads, and then the size of the threading and all this, like what size your thread has to be, and like that. So now you can see our thread is ready. And also like this can be our bolt, and so sorry, this can be our nut. And for the bolt, like I'll take this spare and I'll draw the thread again, and I'll model it. So if you see, we are ready with the threading on our shape. Okay, so that was how like we can create a two-dimensional sketch into 3D and have a few basic options. Now what I will do is I'll go I'll take a project. Okay, so project is like, I'll walk you through how I design my enclosure specially. So if you see, I have designed this enclosure and this all these enclosures. So I'll take some hardware, like we already have some electronics. I'll take the dimensions of it, or it can be a standard CAD file which can be available on the internet or the data sheet. Okay, so for this project, I am going to take this Unique Hiker K10 board, which is a microcontroller board from DF Robot. So if I go down here, I have all the data sheets actually. So I have hardware reference and all this. So if I go to hardware reference and in download section, so here we have the schematic of this hardware. There is a CAD model of this hardware, so I have already designed this CAD model of the hardware. And then we also have a free case which is available on this website for this hardware. So as I am saying, like I have already downloaded the hardware CAD file, which is standard, and it's here, like if you see. So let it open. So how the I work is, like if the CAD files of the product which I am going to use is available, then I directly download it. But if it is not available, like I have this solar panel, then I have to take the dimensions through a scale or a vernier caliper, and then I draw it again. Let's take this is the shape, like it says circle, which has like dimension of around is like 7.8 mm. Okay, like 78 mm. So if the standard hardware CAD file is available, like step file, then I can directly work on that. If it is not available, I draw it from the scratch, which is like, as I mentioned, I'll draw this solar panel, and I'll show you how we can make this solar panel in 3D. Okay, so it's a basic shape, like we'll go to sketch, we'll select the face, I'll take the option circle, and as I measured, it says 78 mm circle. Okay, so I'll click on this and I'll click on finish. So our 78 mm circle is ready, and I'll take the press or pull option, and I'll select this face, and I think the thickness is around 2 mm, so I'll take 2 mm of thickness for this. So if you see, it's a small shape which we have drawn, and also the top side has the curved surface. Okay, so this is curved. Okay, so here on the 3D options, like I apart from press pull, we also have fillet and the chamfer option. Okay, so if I select fillet, I can round the corners, like as you can see, and the corners are rounded. And if I select the chamfer option, and I have to give the dimension at what dimension it should be chamfered. Okay, so you can see it's a angled edging. Okay, so here my panel is round cornered, so I'll click on this and I'll say 1.5 mm. Okay, so this is how my panel looks. And now for the visual purpose, I can go select this body, right click on it, and go to appearance. Like appearance has this visual color palettes, metals, and then like different materials. So let it load. So once I get into the appearance panel, here you can see the fusion appearances. Okay, so here I have different materials. I'll take this metal as the glass. I think I can find it in glass. So here I have like smooth glass, dense glass, textured glass. Then I also have fabric options and metal options like brass, aluminum, and all this. And in those, you'll also find different finishes of the materials. Okay, so I'll go with the glass, and I think it's a smooth glass. So I have already a glass which is blue in color. So I'll click and place it here. So as you can see, our shape has some glass like texture and visual appeal, right? So I'll turn off the grid here, and you can see it looks like bit like a solar panel which I have in my hand. Okay, so so this is how it looks. Okay, so that's how, like, if the component is standard and it has a CAD file already available, I just download it, or I measure the dimensions, or it might also have the dimension labeled on their website or datasheet like this. You can also take that from the datasheet and draw the basic shapes and make your basic model ready, so that you can work on the external part, which is like enclosures or something like that. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll make a enclosure for this Unihiker K10 board. Okay, by the way, here I have a quick announcement for all of you, which is like Unihiker, which is a company, a sub brand of DF Robot. So DF Robot is a electronic manufacturer. You can see they have great, like, huge inventory of electronics in DIY and in professional equipments as well. So they are giving away 1,000 pieces of this Unihiker K10 boards. Okay, so if you are anyone, student or teacher, you can actually submit your idea saying what you are going to do using this hardware. So this hardware is very special. So if I show you the spec of this hardware, like, it has onboard many things, like, let me open this image. So yeah, it has onboard micro SD card slot, USB slot, and then camera module. This is the K12 model. Okay. Oh, sorry, this is not the board. It looks similar to it. Let me show you that. K10. Yeah. So this is the board actually. It's the same page again. So this is K10 actually. So it is based on ESP32S3. It has onboard camera, onboard display, speaker, microphone, temperature sensor, humidity, and much more. So if you are like a student or a teacher, you can go to this page. It's on their DF Robot community, and it's a banner over there, and you can apply for this hardware for free of cost, and if you get selected, you'll receive one of this at your home. Okay, so now what we will do is we'll make a enclosure for this hardware. So this enclosure should have accessibility to these two buttons. It should be screwed on this terminal, so it only has like this one screw terminal point where we can screw this hardware to the enclosure. And then we also should have this opening for our USB type C to power it on or to charge it. It also has like this battery connector where we can connect our battery and charge it from here. So for this, we'll draw an enclosure which should have opening for the type C, and the button should be accessible. Okay, so it's similar to this one. So inside this we already have a battery, and here on the side the button is accessible, and The display is also accessible. On the top, if you see, I also have this opening for the type C, where from where I can power it on or I can charge it. Okay, so to start, I have already taken this hardware from their website, since it was already available. I'll start drawing the two-dimensional sketch of this. Okay, not this product, but the enclosure. Okay, so I'll select one of the face, like let me turn on the grid. So here, from here I can turn on layout grid, and then I'll create a sketch on this surface. And as I said, I prefer rectangle, center rectangle, because I always start from the center of the grid. So okay, let me do one thing. Since this project already has many components, it's lagging actually. So as you can see, these are all the bodies of this hardware individually. Okay, so let me start another project, and I'll just import this one in the design of this. So like if you have many components, you can have them separately, but then you can import them in your new project. Okay, so I'll go from here, and I have right clicked on it and told to import the model in my current project. Let it get loaded. So yeah, and yes, I think it is centered, and I'll click on OK. So likewise, I have imported one component, but if you have multiple, you can do the same. Like for this, I also have this expansion board, and like so yeah, that's how you can import the components if they are available. I'll just click on cancel this. I will work only on this enclosure for now. So now I'll start from creating the sketch. I'll select the surface, this one, and I'll start from center rectangle. Let me hide this for now. I'll just start from the center. Let me yeah, so as soon as like I view this, it's lagging, but that's fine, because this software is heavy. It may lag for some time. Okay, so what I'll do is, first I'll draw the basic layout, at what layout my enclosure should start and end. Okay, so yeah, so as you can see, so this is my basic outline of my product which I have taken, and then I'll draw one more rectangle from the center to this point. Click on finish. I'll select press or pull. I'll switch to the side view from the top. It can be front or side view, and I'll unhide this. So as you can see, this is the thickness now. Okay, so now for the enclosure, we also have this thickness of this board. So if I extrude, it only extrude at one side, right? But here we can also choose at what direction it has to be extruded. So it can be one side, it can be two side. If I select two side, I can individually yeah, I can individually extrude on both the sides actually. And if I say extrude symmetric, it is going to extrude in symmetric form, okay, on the both side. So I'll choose the symmetric and I'll extrude it to like this is 6 mm and this is 6.5 7, and I'll extrude it to 8.5. Paul Smith. Okay, so I have extruded this shape, and as you can see it had covered our product completely, right? So now what I'll do is, for the visual purpose, I'll have some rounded corners and edged corners. So I'll just go with rounded corners first. I'll select these 4 corners and I'll round it to 5 or 7 mm. Let's see which looks good. Yeah, I think 5 mm looks good. I'll go with this and I'll click on OK. Then also I'll chamfer the top and the bottom side to 2 mm. Okay, so now if you see, we have some like a decent minimal shape over here. Now what I'll do is, I'll draw a sketch on this surface, or you can also draw on this selecting this face, and I'll draw a line on this. So I'll draw a line parallel to this one. Okay, so let's take here and I'll say finish. So now I'll show you how you can split one object into two. So since this is our complete enclosure which it is going to look in the final, but to put our hardware inside, we should have this housing and the cover part, right? So for that I have drawn this line from where it should split. So this object will split on this line. So this will cut in half from this. So here on the top, if you see, we have to like a option called split body. Okay, so I'll select this. I have to first select the body which I want to split, and then I have to select the tool at which it has to be split. Okay, so if I click on this line, around that line our complete body will be split into two parts. So now if you see, in the body I have two parts, one this one, and this is the second one, and this is our hardware. Okay, so now I have already split this in two parts, so I'll just hide one of the body, which is the bottom, and I'll make it hollow. Like as of now it is completely filled, right? So here on the top we also have a option called shell. Okay, as soon as we click on shell, we have already select the surface on which our shell has to act, and I'll type how much the wall thickness has to be. So I'll select it as 2 mm. So if you see, now it's a complete hollow enclosure. Let me change the visuals. I'll hide this layout. So if you see, now it's a hollow enclosure, right, where we can put our hardware. This is, you can say, housing, and we'll take this as the cover, and on the same I'll select this surface and do the shelling again of 2 centimeters. So like now we have a hollow enclosure for our product. So, and here you can change the visibility. So if you want to see the shape shades, it's like it will look like this, and if you want to see the edges, you can enable this. So this is hidden edges as well, so it will show the external edges and the inside hidden edges as well. Okay, then you can choose to see only front edges, which is the visible edges. and then you can also switch to wireframe, like how it is going to look. So how it is going to look from inside. So and then you also have this two more options to switch with. So for now I think visible edges is good. Okay, so next step is to mount our product on the how cover part. Okay, so I'll consider say this as the cover. To do it, we have, as I said, only one option, and which is this terminal over here. So this one. Okay, so this only has a screwing option, and rest other body doesn't have any screw option. So we only have this one screw to secure this product in our enclosure. So I'll start the cover, and I'll, for now I'll hide the bodies, and I'll show the product for now. And from here I'll select this surface. So if you see, I want to start from here. Okay, for the drawing, so I am selecting this surface. So wherever you want to start, like in the space, in the 3D space, you can select that surface and draw on that plane. Okay, it need not be always x y z plane from the center. It can be anywhere in the space, 3D space. So I am starting from this screw terminal surface. So I have selected the surface, and I'll click on create sketch. So if you see now, my surface, this is on this surface. The drawing surface is on this screw terminal surface, right? So now I'll draw on this one. So if I go to rectangle, you can see what is the center of that bottom circle. So I'll take it as 8 mm, and my middle circle would be I would say 3 mm. Let's I think it's a 3 mm screw, so I'll take it 3 mm and I'll click on finish. So now if I show you by hiding the body, I have this sketch which starts from the terminal, and I'll click on press or pull. Since like I want to have this hole, I am not selecting this middle drawing as well. Okay, so I'll do that, and I'll click on the second body. So as you can see from the cover, the screw terminal is far right. So I'll just keep it pulling until it reaches my bottom surface, like the cover surface. So now if you see, it is saying to cut. Like if you have any, like if your whole option is not always round, okay, it is like any shape, something like that, then you can use this cut option. I'll show you this same feature again in embossing our brand name or any naming on our enclosure. Okay, so as you can see, I have pulled it to 5 mm, but it need not be 5 mm. I can say, just say to pull to up to this cover surface. Okay, so I have selected this surface. If you see, like I can grab it, or I can select the surface to which I want to pull. And now if you see, it's a complete one body. Okay, so these are two different bodies. I'll go back. So here if you see, I have a join option or a new body option. So if I click on new body, the cover and this newly pulled body is separate. But if I click on join option, they both will be a single body. Okay, in some cases, if you have by mistakenly drawn two different bodies like that, and you want to join them, you also have this join option. But you have to make sure that your both of the bodies are touching. Okay, so you have to make sure that both of these bodies are touching to each other. And I can just use this combine option and select both the shapes, and I'm ready to go. Like now I don't know like what's the issue. So I think it is not touching. Yeah, it's in the air if you see. Okay, so I'll go back to press and pull and I'll make it touch. Okay, so now if you see, this is a complete one body. Okay, so now I'll make this visible again, and now at this point we can secure our hardware onto the cover part of our enclosure. But if you see, we still need some kind of support at this side, right? Because it's in the air and the point is also not in the center. So when the display is like pressed or something, it is going to deform at this side, right? So what I'll do is I'll draw some other shapes on this side so that the product has some support from the bottom. So I'll select this surface, like I have selected the inner surface of my cover, and I'll draw a sketch again. On this sketch I'll use this tool, same the rectangle, and I'll draw some random shape over here. So like the beauty of selecting any surface is this, like I not only have the full circle but also the inner circle part as well, as you can see, right? So I'll select only this, click on finish, and I'll do it press or pull. So now for this I have to pull till the speaker, like here we have a speaker, okay, on the bottom, so that this components get some support from this. So yeah, and I'll click on OK. So now what is the thing, our board is secured to the cover, and other part is we have some support at the weak point. Okay, what I will do now is we have to make the opening for our display, right? So display will be always on the top side. So I'll select this surface and I'll start sketching on the same. And as we have selected from the center, it's easy, we can take the center rectangle. Let's see if it works. Okay, I'll select the center. Okay, it is bit off, but anyway, like I'll draw till this. No, it is way off. Like as you can see, our display is the yellow part and the blue border is going somewhere else. So I'll undo it and I'll select 2-point rectangle instead of center rectangle, so that I can have my start and the end point. Okay, so I'll start from here. It's lagging. Like I don't know like how to live stream this kind of content. Like the software is very heavy. I'm running OBS in the background and then it's totally live. So I think the system is crashing. Like even though this system is very powerful, like it has 16 GB of RAM and all this, but still it's lagging. But I think I'll just hide the cover. Yeah, I'll draw this rectangle till this point. Yeah, so if you see, we have drawn the uh, rectangle cutout for our display. so neatly, right? I'll click on finish, and now what I'll do is I'll just press this. Instead of pulling, like when we pull it, it becomes it has some other surface, but when I press it, it will emboss in the existing surface. Okay, so that's how it works. Like now our display is exposed, right? So now what I will do is I'll add some aesthetic, which is like I'll make the corners rounded. So I have selected the fillet option, and I'll select the corners which I want to round. So I want to round this one, and then I have a corner over here, so it is hidden, but like over the time you'll know where is the corner. And one more is here, and one more is here. Okay, so now I'll switch to top view so that you can see how it modifies the thing. So as you can see, as I grab this, it rounds my corner. So I'll go for 5 mm, it looks good, and I will click on OK. So yeah, so we have rounded our corner, and I'll also use the chamfer to make this chamfer for a 1 mm. Okay, so now this is how it looks. And now we have to have the cutout for our USB type C. So USB type C is on the top. For that, what I'll do is I'll select the surface, I'll go on create sketch, and to show the USB type C, I'll switch the visibility, okay, visual style to hidden edges, so that I can know where is my USB type C. So as you can see here, I have the USB type C. So what I can do is, like I also have a option for slot design. So since my USB type looks similar to slot, I'll directly go to point slot, which is from like center point slot. So like I can center from where my slot center should be, and I can go like this for the line. So I usually prefer 3 mm, so like uh, and then this would be 4 mm. Yeah, so this is the cutout that I like over the time designing many projects. I came to realize that this works best for me because I have to 3D print the enclosure, right? So this is a good cutout, so I have done that. And then I'll switch back the visual style again to shaded visible only, and I'll press this again. Yeah, so as you can see now, our USB type C is exposed to the outside, but it has some depth in it. Okay, so whenever you try to connect the USB type C, it also has the enclosure, right? That enclosure might interfere on connecting to this point. So what I'll do is I'll have one more like depth to the outer surface. So I'll select the same surface again, I'll create again the sketch, and now you need not draw this again. Okay, so I have this offset drawing option, so I can click on this and I can select the shape that I want to offset. So I'll offset it by minus 2 mm, and I'll click on OK. And for this I'll press it to minus 1 mm. So why I am doing this is the shape of our USB type C male connector. Okay, it can go surely from this hole, but we also have this insulation, like the cable insulation, right? So that might interfere while we inserting in our product. So I am having this depth as well, so that it can go flush in our device. Okay, so we have drawn this, And also like I can use the same camphor option if I want to make it look good again, like okay, I think this will work. Yeah, so it can be from inside or outside. I think it should be from outside, but since these edges are very close, it is not allowing me to draw this. Okay, so that's fine. Now what we'll do is like we have designed this opening for the display, opening for the type C. Now we have to access the buttons which are present on our product, which on the Unihiker K10. And if you see, these are available on this side. Okay, so these are two buttons. So what I'll do is I'll select this surface and I'll start drawing on it. Let's do one thing. Instead of selecting the outside surface, we'll select the inside surface. So for that, I'll hide this cover. So let me name this. So I'll name the body tool as cover, and oh, okay. So let me name this as housing, and this is our cover. Okay, so this is our housing and this is the cover. So I'll hide the cover and I'll select the surface towards the buttons. So these are our two push buttons. So I'll select this surface. Now I'll start drawing on it. I'll switch to this view, and again like I'll switch the view to hidden edges so that I can see the inside things. So this is one of the button and this is the second button. If you see, if you can see, let me zoom it again. So this is the one button and this is the second button. So I'll take yeah, I'll take slot option again, because like it can be any option. Like if you want to have your button rectangle, circular or slotted, you can choose any shape. So I'll choose the center slot again, and this is the center of my button. Like I'll try to put it to the center. Yeah, and I'll make this 2 mm and this to 5 mm. So this will be my opening for my button. Okay, so I can click on right click and say OK, and I'll copy the same shape again. To copy the same drawing, you can select, you can press Control and you can select the drawing which you want to copy and right click. So here you have move and copy option. Okay, so you can click on it, and in this panel you can if you go directly it will move the same thing, but here you also have a create a copy option. So you have to check this and move it, and I think this is again the center. Yeah, so this is the button and this is the placed at the center of my button, and I will click OK. But then yeah, I'll first let's make the holes for that, and then I'll make the buttons push. So we have selected this option, we have drawn two slots, and those are looking good. And I'll also do one thing. I'll go back to the sketch, like I can double click on it so that the editing enables, and I'll select the offset again, and I'll make offset of this both the shapes to 1 mm, minus 1 mm. Okay, and same for this as well. I'll explain like why I have done that. So this will be the opening for our button. Okay, so I'll press it on our wall. It can be like minus, it should be greater than our wall thickness. So if you see, we have the opening. Yeah, so from here we can access the buttons, but it's inside, right? So we have to have a small extension which extends our push buttons. So I'll go to the sketch which we have already created. So this is the sketch. So I'll make it as visible so you can see them. And here I'll start drawing the button again. So I'll select these two surfaces, and I'll click on pull. This is now pull because now the surface is something, we are not embossing into the existing body, we are drawing the new shapes. So but now here if you see, the operation is join. Instead of join, we have to select it as new body. Okay, so if I select it as new body, all these three components will be separate. If I select it as join, it will be joined to the housing, both of the buttons. Okay, so I'll select new body and I'll click on OK. And now if you see, we have four bodies, like one is housing, second is cover, this is button 1, and this is button 2. Okay, so now from outside we can access, but still they are not connected to the push button. So what I'll do is I'll hide the housing, and I'll select both of the surfaces. I am selecting the exact shape of the button and also the extra ring which we have drawn. Okay, why we are doing this? Because our button should be our button should hold in the body, right? It should not fall off. So I'll extend it to 1.5 mm. So you need not go all the way. Let it have like 0.5 mm space in between, so that it need not always push it. Okay, and I'll hide the drawing again, and if you see, now our buttons are ready, and when I push this, it will push my internal button. Okay, so this is how I create like extension to my push buttons if I want. And to make them like I'll use the this fillet option to round off these corners, so that it's not always hurting my fingers. So I'll make it 1 mm. Yeah, 1 mm is fine. So now if you see, it looks like our mobile phones volume up and down buttons. So yeah, that's how you can do the same thing. So I think we are ready with our enclosure. Now what I'll show you is how I decide what color should I pick, which color will look fine. So now I can right click on it, go to appearances, and instead of like I have this material option, so I can go with paint. It can be rough, smooth, metallic finish, like glossy kind of paint, or it can be plastic like ABS and all this. So I like for my taste, I like either this powder coated. It can be smooth or rough, depending upon the material that I have, the 3D filament material. So I take this and I just have to drag and drop this on my surface, and that's it. Like the color is applied already. Okay, so I'll choose yellow. I can choose yellow, and if your color is not available in this, then you can just directly right click on this material which you have applied. So we have applied this yellow color. I can double click on it, and I can play with this spectrum to change the color. Okay, so like this is how you can uh, make your own color if it is not available in the list. So I'll try to match the color. Like what I usually do is I take the filament and I place near my display, and I try to adjust the color till I reach nearby to my filament color. So that's how I do, so that I get the good result out of the visual thing. Okay, so I can click on OK. And if you want to have your buttons like black or something, I can go again and select the color and drag on my component. And yeah, like you can see, that's how it is done. I can go black, and for the buttons I can go red. Okay, so like this is how we can design a enclosure. So in this tutorial I have only shown you enclosures, but you can also design functional mechanical models as well in this tool. But for learning you can go with this and you can start designing. So the step 1 is to install the software. Step 2 is create the two-dimensional sketch. If you have any data sheet of your product, you can draw from the two-dimensional sketch, or you can just upload your step file, the CAD file over here, and it will be listed over here. Okay, and then you just have to switch between drawing a two-dimensional sketch, convert it into 3D, and then make the holes and adjustments, and that's it. That's how you can like design this kind of enclosures, or later you can design the functional mechanical prototypes. And like if I show you, I have designed like as I am mentioning, I am a software developer, so I have no idea how the CAD, what are the standards in CAD designing. To be honest, like I don't want to get into that as well, because my requirement is simple, to create simple prototypes, the MVP. But for someone who wants to be expert in this, they definitely has to go through the standards of the mechanical designing. What are the standards that they follow? You can go through them. For this tutorial I just wanted to show that how simple it is to get into the CAD for someone who is not from mechanical background. Okay, because yeah, this is one kind of skill set which we need not have in depth, but it's better to have, right? So that was my aim. So if you see, like I have already designed 2 to 3 projects, like one of which I have already 3D printed. And let me open these projects. While that, I'll just have water. So this is a big project, so it's taking some time to open. I don't know, like I think my software is going to crash. Let's hope for the best. So one more thing is, if you want to share these models to your friends or someone, you can just right click on it and share it, and you can directly share the URL of these projects. And the URL looks something, let me show you. Uh, yeah, my PC is burned out now, like it's to the max. So let me show one of my project where how I share my 3D files to all of you in the on the internet. So this is one of my project. Yeah, things are very slow. So this is how I share the URL. So and you can view this 3D model in browser as well. It can be your mobile browser or on your PC. If I click on this view option, it should open, and still this model didn't open. Okay, coming back to the browser, my model is being opened. So like once you share this file, anyone can directly download this or open in the Fusion 360 file if they share, and you can view on your browser. But you cannot edit on your browser because this needs a huge software running. Like it has many tools in the background which are running, and those cannot be ran on a browser itself. But there are few tools, one of which is Tinkercad. It's a basic tool. If you want to get into, it's totally free. I'll show after this. Okay, so it's totally free, and it is also from Autodesk only. Like if you go and search Tinker, uh, okay. So if you see, this is how anyone can see your project if you share them. You can rotate this, or you can download it and edit. You can modify the same model again if you want. Okay, so let me close this and I'll open the Tinkercad software. So Tinkercad is also from Autodesk. So here, anyone who is getting into basics of designing can go to this tool. It also like CAD designing part, low code platform, and also like drag and drop electronics and that kind of stuff. So this is mostly education for like children's, but able to get it with. So Tinkercad.com. I don't like. What should I do now? Should I kill this task? Okay. Yeah, I think I have to kill the task. All crashed. Yes. I don't want to crash my stream. Oh, so it's here, but I don't think it will allow me to operate on it. So like this is one of the future project which I am working on. So it is also using the same hardware, and it has like many components on it. So as you can see, it has access to this display. I have designed. I have not designed these wheels. These are from GrabCAD. Yeah. So GrabCAD is one of the source if your component is standard. Like if it has a good following, whatever the component that you are following, you can grab them from internet actually. Okay. So that's what I have done. I have grabbed this from the internet. So the things which you see here, like these wheels, these are the wheels. M1, M2, I think. No, this Magnum wheels. Okay, so these are from I got them from internet. I downloaded them and imported them in this project. But if you see my project files, these are things which I have done. So it's this wireframe, these two antennas, then this top part. So if I hide this top part, you can see internal what are the things. So like it has batteries, servo motors, the DC motors and this inside. Yeah, that's too much. I'm gonna kill this. Let me kill this task and resolve this issue. It's not going to work. Fusion 360.